Hi Betty, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good as well. So we are here to see what our guys have done for you.
Okay.
If you can just make me see the way.
Sure. So our house is over 100 years old and it was falling apart. On the outside it was quite weathered. The previous owners had layers upon layers of things. So we wanted to kind of give it a bit of a refresh. So the guys came in, they took off all the siding. There was 2 layers. They took that off, and we also had some stairs. So they took that off, put it back in when we needed it. We had them redo some of the painting around the house because the trim was a different color. We wanted it all kind of the same, and we're gonna finish off a little bit now. We also had a deck that we didn't really use. It wasn't really functional. And we had a fence that was kind of falling apart because we have some growth in the backyard, and it was kind of leaning on the fence quite a bit. So the guys came in and they did all of the fencing, built us the deck. So the first thing they did was they did the siding first, and then, or actually they did the fencing first. To the point that the neighbors thought it was beautiful. They thought it was wonderful, to the point that the neighbors have actually given you more business. So I see that the neighbor has completed one fence, continued it onto his property.
Yeah.
So that's great because it all matches now. And then when the fence was done, they got started on the siding, and then they completed the deck. Now, because our house is so old, there are no standard sizes, so everything had to be customized. It was custom built. All the sizes are awkward and odd, as well as even the panels on the fencing. They weren't standard, so they had to do some rejigging. The fencing that we have, the gates are wider than normal, so those were custom made as well. And then there was other wiring that was exposed. The guys cut that wiring off, capped it off, and they kind of cleaned it all up, so it's a lot cleaner. Every day when we came home, I know the guys probably made a big mess, but every day we came home, it was all clean. So it looked like someone was well maintaining it. Any pieces that were left over, they kept it off to one corner that people walking down the street couldn't see, so everything was nice and tidy. And then, so in the backyard, they had to, the fence was quite old, so what they did was they dug around and they put cement in for each of the posts to hold it. In the back, there's a lot of growth that was going over the fence, and it was pushing up against the fence and putting a lot of pressure on it. So they relieved it. They did a bit of cut back and some maintenance on the yards just to help out. So they got that stuff done right away. And then, like I said, the house is very old, so they had to kind of do some little shifting around. Some of the stuff looks a little crooked, but it's not. It's actually level. The house is settled over the 100 years, and so they've been doing a really good job of that. And like I said, the neighbors are very happy. They even cleaned out the gutters when they were up there painting. They cleaned out the gutters, and some pieces were loose, and they kind of fixed them back up and set them all straight. So they reset all of that, put it all back, so it is functional. And they did some extra stuff that we didn't even ask for, or well, we did. We ended up paying for it, but we had put our front porch in a few years back, but we never actually finished it. There were some exposed pieces to the weather, so the guys came in and they closed it off for us so that it wouldn't rot. So they were able to put a lip in the ledge. So that was very nice.
So finally, how satisfied are you with the work our guys have done?
Oh, we're thrilled. We're absolutely thrilled. Even the neighbors have said a lot. Maybe they were sick and tired of looking at what we had before, but they said it looks beautiful. They really like it. So yeah, it's improved it quite a bit. It looks like a completely different house.
How likely are you to recommend it to the other people?
Oh, very likely, to the point that, like I said, they're actually, they've got a few things with you guys right now. So I think they're happy with it as well. So it's highly likely that we would recommend them.
Okay. Thank you so much for this one.